Hey folks, Jeffrey Missile with Northman again. So this is part 3. This is limited. Yeah, we're sitting on the sled, but this is limited to the gear and equipment that I keep on the sled, not so much the sled setup. We'll get to that in part 4. So I'm going to start at the front and go to the back on what I carry. Some of this is pretty regular routine stuff. Others maybe not so much. But this is what I carry on a daily basis, and hopefully it helps you. And I'll say this again at the end, if you have any suggestions, additions, thoughts on any of this, let me know. This is just what I've decided to start carrying over the years of experience. And it's not as much as some people, but it's probably a lot more than most folks. So anyway, getting started. On the front, if you remember in part, part 2, we talked about lunch in the pack. Well, I don't do that. I carry a little hot dogger on the exhaust, so that takes care of that. I love a warm lunch, right? Who doesn't? So having that goes a long way. Normally, I used to carry a sandwich or maybe a wrap in the bag. I've decided, I prefer a warm, meat and potatoes style lunch rather than a cold sandwich when I'm out there. So, so that's it. Okay, so that's the basic stuff. On the Polaris, and I think even the Ski-Doos, they have the little trunk up here. I showed you the 2 gloves on part 1 in the wearables. Well, 1 pair of gloves is going to be in this little heated compartment up there. That way it stays dry and warm when my hands get cold, or I just feel that it's necessary to swap over. I can swap over pretty quickly and easy. So moving back in the, let me switch to the other side here. On the handlebar bag, I talked about this a little bit. I have a tourniquet, carry a tourniquet. This one, it's literally right in front of me. I don't have to go fumbling on my belt to grab it. It's right in front of me. If I need it immediately, it's right here. I can grab it at any point. So grab that. I also have Blistex, chapstick, whatever. I find that I use it quite a bit. Some stuff that probably not very many other people carry, especially modern day, is a little handheld compass. And I have on that just a little wind up light that at least you have a little bit of light going if you need it. But the compass, you never know. Electronics can go bad. Up here in Alaska, you could be 1 mountain range over and literally be lost. Actually, even less than that. I've known people that have gotten lost literally in sight of the road and don't know where they are. So when your electronics fail, or if your sled is out of commission, you can't start it up, at least you know which way is north, and you can navigate from there if you're halfway familiar with the area. So that's something that I've learned to carry in the outdoors. Not many people carry it on their sled, but I would highly recommend it. It takes up no space, super cheap and easy to do. All right, so moving backward, in the tunnel bag. Remember, in part 1, let me turn this a little bit more so you can see. In part 1, I said I carry another set of gloves. This is a 3rd set of gloves that I carry. It's just located in the tunnel bag. This is a more insulated set, kind of like the other stuff that I've talked about. I've grabbed these a handful of times. I really don't grab them too often, mainly because I carry the other 2. But when you have them, you need them. Or when you need them, you have them, I should say. So, all right, so in the tunnel bag, I have a bunch of different stuff that's just routine, for me anyway. And I'm just gonna, this is in no particular order, I'm just gonna grab it off the top and start talking about it. Some little bungee cords. If one of your straps comes out or you need to carry some extra gear, whatever, these little cheap bungee cords, they come in handy sometimes. Just grab them. Also on the top, I have a couple, a lightweight pair of gloves. These are not insulated, they're nothing special, but they are the dipped kind, so they're kind of waterproof in a way. But I'm telling you, if you have to work on a sled, wearing some gloves, even if they're super thin and really don't provide any thermal value, at least you're not touching cold metal and snow with your hands. These come in really, really handy. Moving down, okay. Some of you guys will laugh. a ski rubber. This one happens to be by DuraPro. I think on the other sled I have the OEM, but just carry one. They pop out all the time, they break, somebody else pops out or breaks. I've loaned them out numerous times over the years when somebody's ski rubber pops out or busts. Just cheap, they're cheap, they're light, they take up no space, just carry one. So, all right, gotten this idea off a couple other YouTubers. Caleb Kerstecki, a bunch of hose clamps. I've never had to pull these out and use them, but I've seen them in situations, especially on YouTube, that they have come in handy. They're clinch when you need them. You know, it's one of those things. If you need them, you got them. Especially if you tear out an A-arm or you just need to patch things up to get home. I can see where they come in handy. They come in super handy on the 4x4 and the side-by-side. Again, I've never had to use them on the sled, but they're a couple bucks each. They take up they're super light. They don't take up any weight or space. Second, okay, so primary clutch bolt. So this one is actually the one I took off of this sled. If you watched my other video, we replaced that with the current, Polaris's current suggestion, which is the black primary bolt. They didn't want this back, so it's a perfectly good bolt. Rather than just toss it away or leave it in the shop somewhere, I threw it in the bag. Again, just like I said in that video, I've never had trouble with the clutch, but it's free. Might as well use it, and you never know. And so I keep it on the sled anyway, just in case. So let's see here. All right, green Brillo pad. Clutch problems. You might burn a clutch. You might have to clean it. It might be a little grabby, whatever. Doesn't take any space. This way you can clean your clutch up real quick while you're out in the field, and it beats biting a sticky clutch. I haven't had that issue on this one, but on the 21 Chaos 850, I've had a lot of clutch belt issues that this has resolved and makes my day much more enjoyable while I'm out there. So let's see here. I'll get to that in a sec because I can't get the whole thing out. So toolkits, let me grab the other one out too. This is Polaris's little wrap kit. It has a bunch of different stuff in it that allows you to get started on repairs, some wrenches, screwdrivers, zip ties, things like that. I've added a few things in here, such as snips, like some dikes or something like that, some pliers. I don't really have a whole lot of extra stuff in here. Oh, a little knife, that kind of stuff. So just little things. I found it's not cheap, but I found that this is nice and compact. It keeps everything in one place. Yeah, you could probably piece together a cheaper kit with the same stuff, but I just found for me, it's just easier, time saving. So I have one of these in my tumble bag, and I supplement that by, I just went down and this one's a Craftsman, but there's a bunch of different brands out there. It's just a little socket wrench kit in metric for these sleds. Yeah, you could get by with an open end wrench, but this makes things so much quicker, especially if you're having to pull out the hose clamps or do a lot of wrenching. It's a speed thing, so just quick deal. I think this one was like $24, something like that. It's nothing crazy, but it helps for some of those repairs. Next, headlamp, just for repairs and that kind of thing. This is just a AA or AAA battery headlamp. If you're out in the backcountry, the sun's going down, you got a breakage, at least you can see. I am going to supplement this. One thing I've been meaning to do for my helmet is get one of those big oxbow deals. But for repairs, I run a little headlamp. Next, going down, I won't unpack the whole thing, but toe strap and a soft shackle. So toe strap and soft shackle should be a no-brainer. I've seen people use ratchet straps and things like that. Well, those are not designed to be used for towing. This thing's like a 10,000 pound, I can't remember what the weight rating is, more than sufficient for hauling a sled. The soft shackle, if you're not familiar with them, be familiar with them. They're very convenient. You don't have to tie a knot in your straps or anything like that. They loop over. You can run it on the front bumper, on the rear bumper, on the towing machine, that kind of thing. Super easy. They're not that expensive. You can get them on Amazon, on both of these things on Amazon, but they come in clinch. If you do end up having to tow a sled out, just have a tow rope or a tow strap anyway. The ratchet straps, they break all the time, and then you have multiple knots in them, and then probably you don't have a tow strap back at the truck to tie your sled down. Next up, clutch weights. This is my clutch kit. That way, if I'm going up high or going low and I need to adjust my clutch so that I'm in the operating range, I have all that on the sled. So it's not really a maintenance thing, but again, it can keep your sled from over revving and blowing out and all that kind of stuff. And then one of the things, oh, here they are. I do have, these are OEM ski rubbers. We already talked about that, but you know, here's a couple more. So one thing I have found that not many people carry is, at least on the Polaris, is a QD belt. So this is set up for the QD2 on this sled. I have the QD1 on the other sled, which I'm upgrading to a QD2, so I'm having to change all that too. But these don't blow out very often at all, but when they do, they shut you down. Yeah, they're expensive, but it's one of those things. If you have it and you need it, you're going to thank for it. Attached to that are the 2 bolts for the pulleys. Don't know why they gave you pulley bolts, but they do, probably because there's a torque issue and you don't want to use it more than once type thing. But regardless, I have them both. When your final drive goes out, if you don't have this, you're screwed. So I just throw it in the tunnel bag. Takes up no weight, no room. It's just one of those nice to have things. And I think, what else? Oh, so one more thing is this is just like a little Velcro strap type deal, kind of like on the bungees. It's just a little nice thing to have if you have to carry something, string up a log to get you out, because your ski got trashed or lost or something like that. You can think of a number of reasons, but again, they're super tiny. They take up no space. Might as well have it. You won't see, let's see, I think that's it on the tunnel bag. There's zip ties, things like that. Well, I have all those in the tool bag. I don't want to unpack that because it's kind of a pain in the butt, but it does have a little bit of everything just to get you back up and running. But this is what I carry on a daily basis when I'm out. Some people are known to carry A-arms, but I don't have that kind of logistics. I don't have an extra sled following me like some of the YouTubers and stuff like that. Maybe I'll get to that point someday, but for right now, this is what I carry. If I do end up taking out an A-arm, I think I got the stuff on hand to at least get me out of that situation back to the truck at minimum. So anyway, that's what I carry for equipment on the sled. Part 4 is going to be the actual sled itself setup, as far as what I've done to the suspension, what I've done to the track, that kind of stuff. But as far as gear, tools, equipment, this is what I carry on a daily basis out in the field. So as with the other videos, comment below. Do you see anything that you're learning from, or do you have a suggestion that you suggest that I should put in this pack? I got more room. There's always more room, right? But I want to stay light, condensed as possible. But if there's something that I'm overlooking, let me know. I'd be interested in learning from you as well. So, all right. So that concludes part 3. Next video is part 4. Like, comment, subscribe. And yeah, I'll get the other video right now. Talk to you soon.